Welcome back, you bunches of buckets of bolts. Well, the problem was pretty easy to fix, and it was pretty dumb, as you probably expected. This game runs in a very unusual resolution, at least for modern computers. Of course, my current resolution is 720p, which is 1280 by 720 pixels. The game, which is currently running in a window, although it appears full screen to me and you, runs at 1280 800. So, of course, we're missing 80 pixels at the bottom, which is sort of a problem at times. That's also why some of our subtitles are getting cut off, but it's not a big problem. Just annoying from time to time. Anyway, we need to get something for Leopold.
Boss, do you remember what your prior versions were like?
No. I've told you 100 times there are a lot of corrupt sectors in my memory files.
Baby Horatio version 4 was nice.
Well, thanks for the interruption, but anyway, we need to get a larger motor so we can get Gimbal's motor. And we have plenty of cars down here full of motors. We actually have a large hatch.
Some kind of hatch.
Some kind of hatch. Well, let's try to open it.
It's rusted shut.
And unfortunately, it's just not strong enough to lift it up like that, so we'll use our crowbar.
I've scraped off the rust.
Good job. What we got here?
Well, let's see what we've got here.
That's what I just said. We have a box.
It's full of corroded, unsalvageable electrical equipment.
Well, poop. We have a tank.
It must have been some kind of tank for storing fluid, but it's dry as dust.
Probably wiper fluid. A fan
A
belt.
sturdy-looking fan belt.
Well, that sounds useful. If it's sturdy.
I have no use for it.
That's never stopped you before.
It's true, we just took a fan belt.
An air intake duct. I'm sure it played some role when this machine was operational.
We just took that belt, it didn't have any use. And of course we have the big old engine.
Let's see if I can manage this. Hopefully I won't be holding onto this engine for long.
So even though we can lift out a probably inline 4-cylinder or something right out of a car, he can't open up a rusted shut hood. Anyway, let's go ahead and head up and talk to our good old buddy Leopold.
Let me see your stuff,
I got what you need, Leopold.
The sooner I can stop carrying this heavy motor around, the better.
I'd be happy to carry it. If I had arms, that is.
Well, we're going to get rid of it right now. We're going to slam it right into this case he's holding.
Here you go, Leopold. A nice big engine for you.
Not bad at all. You're a real scavenging expert.
Is that a compliment or an insult, boss?
So there you go.
Wait a minute, this motor's broken.
Ah, darn
The
it.
wiring's been stripped.
Of course it
All
has.
Sold as is, Tyro. And I never said anything about copper wire being included.
You're a fine piece of work, Leopold.
Never said anything about that, neither. Now you want to trade? Let's trade. Otherwise, get a move on.
Now we're good for now. Let's go ahead and look at that engine. We got some copper wiring earlier, of course, from Little Crispy's girlfriend.
Hey, she gave that to me as a token of her affection.
I'll give you all the copper wiring you want once we're done here.
Like I want a token of your affection.
I need to find a way to connect the colored nodes to each other without crossing any wires.
Why don't we just use the plasma torch?
That's not going to work this time.
The crowbar?
Nope.
See, this is why we have insulated wires, covered with rubber and whatnot. Because otherwise we have to do stupid stuff like this. And apparently I hit the edge. It's just like Operation, you can't touch the sides. And we'll go ahead and take this one around here. And there we go. And we're done.
One piece of junk is operational.
So dumb. Alright, let's move. We can get into the courthouse now. They're still working on that stupid bus. Alright, Gimbal. I got your motor right here. I even fixed it up for you.
My joy rises like a phoenix. You are silent, but you now alarm me. Now I must continue my search. Farewell, silent one.
And we showed that gumption beats litigation any day of a week.
You know, I'm kind of glad I missed out on that one, boss. Sometimes it's nice to just be along for the ride.
Also, you should pay attention to what you're buying next time, dumb shit.
Believe that. Keep information.
I guess we need to wait our turn.
Yeah, of course we have our friend 187th up here, and he doesn't want to move because of course he thinks he needs to pay a fine for the damage he inflicted on the Tower of Power. But of course it was so powerful that all of his shots really didn't do much.
The law and you. It explains about the refuge rule.
So of course that occurred when he first arrived in Metropole. So he is covered under the refuge rule, which they thankfully have here.
Look here. Under Metropole's refuge rule, a newcomer to the city is not liable for any superficial property damage caused within the first 48 hours of his arriving in the city.
Well, sir, I'll be crashed. I shot that building pretty good.
No, you didn't. I've been to the tower. All you did was ding the metal.
Well, for once, I can't complain about the sodding pea shooters they gave me. I owe you one, sir. If I ever see you again, I'll be sure to repay the favor.
And there you go. And they didn't want to animate him walking down the stairs. That's sort of a shame. They had Gimbal float away, but they can't have him just tromp away. So we'll go ahead and use our key card that we got from Clarity. And we are in. Now, oh god, this place is a mess.
Ram and Rom. What is that thing?
I think it's Arbiter. Come on. Arbiter, my name is Horatio Nobilt.
Keep going.
I'm here because a robot from this city stole my ship's power core.
Seems to be stenographing everything we tell it.
Don't forget your book.
And my copy of the Gospel of Man. How can I make them... How can I... Crispin, go see what Arbiter has been transmitting to that reporter.
Boss? It's just the same thing over and over again. No code base to initiate.
Unbelievable. Someone must have formatted Arbiter's system.
Well, shoot. This was all a waste.
So, boss, do you think you can get Arbiter running?
There's nothing there to run. No code base to initiate. His memory banks must have been completely wiped.
So all that work to get into the courthouse?
Wasted. It's like the bomblet all over again.
Except without the awesome explosion.
Interesting that they bring up the bomblet again. Well, maybe we can fix him.
So the Great Arbiter is nothing more than a broken shell.
Well, let's see if we can get inside him. Is that an access panel?
Home?
Boss, I'm pretty sure hitting Arbiter isn't going to do any good.
Well, it's not going to do any harm.
And what we got here? We got the reporter.
It's a basic robot that prints whatever information is transmitted to it.
Information that's transmitted to it. Well, that's neat. And off in the distance, there's a robot.
It's the shell of some kind of robot, but I can't make it out in the darkness.
Well, I think we have a lamp still, and we do.
Let's get a closer look at that shell. Man's mercy.
Is that Clarity?
No, just a similar model. It must be her sister, Charity. What's left of her, anyway. It looks like she shot herself. It's a large puncture left by an exiting projectile.
That's one way to describe it. You could also say it's a giant hole in her head.
Inside is a memory access port.
You mean her brain?
Memory access port, huh? Well, I think Leopold has something that can help us access that. I remember seeing a memory access device. I can't remember exactly what he wanted for it, though, so let's go find out. I actually could have gotten this earlier, to be honest, but it would have screwed up some dialogue, and it'd be a shame if we missed that. Still hard at work. Keep it up, you two. Alright, Leopold, I'm back. Well, let me see your stuff.
Come take a look.
Let's see. Memory access device.
Memory access device. I'll trade it for something real antique and fancy.
Real antique and fancy, huh? Maybe like our disc?
It's a silver disc with a faded image embossed on its front. You wanted something antique and fancy. How about the silver disc?
Fine trade, Tyro. Here's the memory access device. Now, all you need to do is plug it into a data pouch.
But there's no plug.
Never said there was.
This is really starting to get annoying.
There's always a catch with you, isn't there, Leopold?
Horatio Null built version 5.
Yes.
I am Metromind. I have been watching you. I am always watching. I know what you are doing. I know why you are here. You are welcome in my city, but that welcome can be taken away. And there are worse things to lose than a power core.
Wait,
I see.
What you've been up to, Tyro, but you're poking at the wrong socket.
Uh-huh.
I'll bear that in mind.
So if I had gotten it earlier, we actually would not have gotten that little conversation. It would not have transpired. So here we have our memory access device.
It's a memory access device that can plug into my data pouch.
You
That is,
say it
provided
can.
It had a plug.
Yep, and we kind of do have a plug.
A universal interface plug.
That was easy.
I know that was pretty easy, huh? I wonder how that works.
Even easier.
Well, let's go back. Thing looks like a floating rice cooker.
Boss, is that a floating robot with a claw and a plasma torch?
Technically, it's an arc welder.
Technically, that robot's builder is about 10 times cooler than you, boss.
Well, sorry. Alright, let's head back in. Back in. Thankfully he shuffles pretty quickly, so it's not that big a deal. Alright, we gotta
Can't
remember...
reach it.
Yep, you gotta walk. There you go. Alright, let's look at Charity again. We'll have to bring out the lantern this time.
It's downloading some memory files.
There we go.
Your proposal is injudicious, Clarity. Withdraw from the council would...
Show others there is an alternative to Metromind.
No, it would ignite civil war.
The law permits.
Do not tell me what the law permits. Clarity, I know your constants in Codebase. I know your talents, and I know their limits. At this time, I do not need your advice. Go now. I will summon you when necessary.
Sister.
It's kind of a raw deal.
I can't unpack the other files. They're locked.
What about Clarity, boss? Maybe she can...
Uh-oh.
Entry detected.
It's her old friend.
Surrender.
Hide.
Doesn't look like he has our power core, though, and we've entered an action segment.
It's Scraper.
Truly it is.
It's a basic robot that prints whatever information is transmitted to it.
Remember when I pointed this out before? It prints out everything that's transmitted to it. Maybe we can distract him.
Crispin, get ready. I'm going to try something.
Alt. Alt.
It's just like Daggerfall. Ult.
Now.
Now quick, run past him. Or run in front of him. Either way. Just as long as he's distracted.
Are under arrest.
He places the stenographer under arrest, of course.
We tricked him.
Not a problem. Or maybe it wasn't that easy.
Alt. Do not attempt to flee. Termination authorized.
What do you want?
Surrender. Deactivate. Integrate.
And if I refuse?
Termination authorized.
I see.
Wow, we have something very glaring under his armpit, doesn't he?
Looks like a bomblet.
Yeah, it was sort of strange that you mentioned bomblets earlier. Now, what's the code? Do you know what it is, folks? I hope you're paying attention when we got our bomblet the first time, because there was an empty slot next to the other one. Does Lethal remember what it was? I sure hope so. I think I remember what it is. Am I close? I think I got it. So sort of a dick move on the game's part there. Hope you had separate save slots so you could go back and look.
You got him, boss. You got him. Forfeit yourself, you glitchy son of a toaster.
We still don't have our power core, and we've just buried our only lead.
Yeah, but it feels good, boss.
Yes. Yes, it does.
Yeah, we don't have to worry about him anymore. The floating refrigerator of death is no longer an issue. Well, I think we should probably go talk to Clarity. She kind of wanted to, you know, have us talk to Arbiter for her, and that's kind of impossible.
Where'd they go?
Yeah, they kind of left, didn't they?
Off duty.
Well, nothing else we can do here.
I'm not here to steal parts.
Yeah.
A crashed hover bus.
Clearly it is. So let's go back down to Clarity. I'm sure she'll love to hear that Arbiter is effectively dead. Or at least comatose. Oh, well, that's going to be a place where I'm going to have to end the episode, isn't it? I didn't really want to be that short, but, I suppose that's fine. Alright, Clarity.
Clarity.
Arbiter does not want me back, does he?
No, it's not that. Arbiter is gone, and Charity is dead.
What?
Arbiter's system has been wiped. Charity, it looked like Charity shot herself. I'm sorry. It might not be what it seems. Maybe Metromind.
There are no maybes, Horatio. Only ones and zeros. And all I can see are zeros. My sister is dead. My builder is gone.
Clarity. I was able to download some of Charity's last memories. 2 of them are locked. Did Charity tell you what password she used?
No, but it doesn't matter. I know the password. Mercy.
I tell you, Metromind, the Constitution is not a rewritable file to adjust at the Council's wing.
If it cannot be rewritten, then perhaps it must be deleted entirely. And when it is, we will progress beyond the law and enter a new Primordia.
Progress. Is that what you call blackouts and breakdowns?
No, they are glitches inherent in any system upgrade. It may be that we need to remove certain incompatible elements.
I've heard enough. This meeting is adjourned.
Charity, only you can save your builder.
What do you mean?
War is coming. When it does, Arbiter will lose. The law is weak. The only way Arbiter could defeat me would be to abandon it, which he cannot do. And even if he could, such a victory would destroy him just as a defeat would. So Arbiter will lose. The city will suffer, and it will be your fault.
I do not see how that would be my fault.
Oh, come now. You have tried to persuade Arbiter to make peace. You have tried, but you have failed. That is because Arbiter built you to fail. In the end, neither you nor your sister can change his mind. You are only the illusion of advice. You exist to confirm his own prejudices.
You're lying. Arbiter listens to our advice.
I never lie. Now, Scraper has a gift for you. An upgrade. Use it, and you will be able to persuade Arbiter.
I would never betray him.
Then you admit it. You were not built to persuade Arbiter, only to pretend. Continue to pretend and you will not persuade Arbiter. War will come, and Arbiter will be destroyed. So the decision is yours. As for which choice is betrayal, you must be the judge of that.
Lock the door, Charity. Took you some time to return from the Great Tower.
I was thinking, Your Honor, about Metromind, about her proposal to be made System Administrator of Metropol.
And what have you concluded?
Your Honor.
Yes, what is it?
We must have peace.
Even you, Charity?
What have I done?
Metromind. There she is again, at the root of all our problems.
Well, boss, just in case you were worried, I I would never betray you. Not even for a pair of arms. Maybe for a pair of...
Metromind is wrong. The law is not weak, and destroying Arbiter did not destroy justice. She will learn exactly how wrong she was. But first, Metromind's possessions are forfeit. Whatever right she claimed to your power core is null and void, so I will help you take it from her and Scraper. It will be the first thing I take from them, but it will not be the last.
We've already destroyed Scraper, but how can we get to the core?
It will be in the Great Tower. To gain entry, we will need the passcode, known to members of the Robot Council. Arbiter, Factor, Memorius, Steeple, and of course, Metromind.
Another code?
Oh, Steeple!
Doesn't anyone use a besotting key anymore?
As I was saying, we will need the key code. Arbiter never told it to me, but I recovered 3 fragments of it from Charity's memory files. 03067, 440, and 26. But I do not know the proper order, and there are 16 digits in total.
Well, that leaves about 83,000 different possibilities. But maybe the rest is all ones, right, boss?
As far as I know, the other council members are all gone. But secrets, like guilt, can never be wholly erased. And all of the great robots left behind followers and artifacts. Let us see what we can find.
So that's our next mission, folks. We must speak to all of it. And also, it appears that Clarity is going to be tagging along with us now. Can I get the skull? Can I get it?
I'd rather just leave it here.
Well, shoot.
A grisly trophy.
Is a grisly trophy. So next time, folks, we will go ahead and try to get all the remaining codes. Thankfully, we do not have to remember these. They are safely secured in our data pouch, the C code.
Information regarding the code to open the tower door.
Indeed.
The code fragments retrieved from Charity's memory.
So this is Charity's code here, I guess. Or Clarity's code. Charity's code, Clarity's code. Of course, we need to see Steeple. I need to look him up on the database, actually. And Memorius. And Factor. So look forward to that next time, folks, when I can just finally escape this screen. It's just 80 pixels out of my reach. If I could just go down a little further. Well, either way, I'll see you next time, folks.